Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our VectorVest live stream, YouTube live stream, Trending Thursday. Thank you all for being here. I see a few new names here already. Thank you, everyone, for being here. A big thing, a couple of things. One, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. Very close to hitting our milestone of 10,000 subscribers. I'm trying to make it happen today. So if you're here, you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Always my pleasure to be here. I also want to put something else out there as well. As far as the audio, we might be having some problems with the stream, with the internet band and all of that kind of thing. So I will let you know, if the audio does get to be sketchy, it's okay, because these are being recorded. When we do and release the recording will not have any glitches in the audio. So I'm preparing you for that just in case, because if you let me know that the audio is bad or whatever, I'm going to keep going. Because this is recorded, I am going to keep going, and when Joey posts the video, you can go watch it. So I am, are you messing with me, Jay? Jay says, are you talking now? Is there an issue?
I think he's messing with you.
Okay, Jay, you can't mess with me today, man, because the audio is an issue. That's why I'm putting it out there. That's why I'm putting that out there. Don't mess with me today, Jay. When and how do we get the recording? Once Joey has it out there, if not only do you subscribe to the channel, if you click the little bell icon, you will be alerted to when the video is ready. All right, so there you go. That's a good question. When you want to know when it's ready, not only subscribe to the channel, but hit the bell icon, and that will let you know what's going on. And in the background is my producer, Joey. Joey, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
There you go. So he's in here today. Jen is one of our social media specialists with the company. She's in the background as well. Jen, say hi to everybody. And maybe Clay is another one of our social media specialists as well. If he's in the room, say hi to everyone as well, Clay. So Clay and Jen are both here along with me and Joey. So I've got a lot to cover today. All right, and with that being said, we're going to get hot and heavy into what's going on. All right, so with that, I'm going to take that away. One thing that I will have happen today, Joey will take my chat away, so I will not be able to see what you're saying to me as the story is going on. What that's going to do for you, hold your questions until the end of the story, and then that way I can answer your questions, because I've got a lot to cover. All right, so first thing that we do every day that we do Trending Thursday is we pay attention to the market. You guys are wondering what's going on and how do I take advantage of it? And those two questions are excellent questions. How do I make heads or tails of what's going on? So many of you out there that are watching may not be VectorVest subscribers. That's okay. But I'm hoping that by the end of this presentation, you will be able to take advantage of a trial of the software at a super duper reduced price. All right, Joey will put the link in, not yet. He will put the link in a little later today to give you an opportunity to sign up for a trial. During all of this that was going on, our subscribers were saved by our guidance. Bar none. Bar none, our subscribers were saved by our guidance. Let's start off with what you see as a subscriber to the software. One, we can see that all of the major indices are up today. All right, let me click on it. All of the major indices are up today. The Dow is up 1.5%. NASDAQ up almost 3.5%. The S&P up over 1%. And our VectorVest composite, which is only indigenous to us, this is our indicator that tracks the market. We track over 8,200 stocks in the market in one indicator called the VVC. This is the indicator that we use for market timing. So many of you will say, well, why not use the Dow? Why not use the NASDAQ or the S&P? Because the VVC tracks 8,200 stocks, we feel that it is a better representation of the overall broad market movement. The Dow tracks 30 stocks. The NASDAQ tracks about 4,300 stocks, but it's very tech heavy. The S&P is a good measure, and many people will track what the S&P is doing to determine if their portfolios overall are beating the market. But again, it tracks 500 stocks. This VectorVest composite that you see right here tracks the move of 8,204 stocks. That's why we use it for market timing. Market's up today. Keep in mind, one day does not make a trend. Let's look a little deeper into the market. We have something called the color guard. The color guard tracks 3 of our market timing indicators. Price, which is the price movement of that VectorVest composite. We track the move of that indicator on both the week over week and day over day basis. The next indicator is RT, or relative timing. This is one of our core proprietary indicators, which looks at the underlying trend of the market. Is the market moving up or moving down? This indicator casts on a scale between 0 and 2. When it's above the value of 1, the market's in an uptrend. Currently, it has and will stay that way for a while, below the value of 1, telling us that the market's in a downtrend. How about looking at this indicator as a preliminary indication of when the market's going from an uptrend to a downtrend? You'll only find that indicator here. The next indicator is the BSR, or buy to sell ratio. Every stock in our database gets a buy, a hold, and a sell recommendation every single day. You can clearly see that we have a considerable more amount of stocks that are sell recommendations in the software than buys. So this indicator is below the value of 1, very extremely below the value of 1. The market is definitely at a level of being oversold. So with all of that, everybody in here knows that, right? Everybody in here knows that the market is the way that it is. Your questions are, well, what do I do now? All right. So given this information, we know where we stand. We do know with the market being down, but today is an up day. What do you do? All right, I'm going to bring up another graph. I'm going to bring up our market timing graph. Now remember, we talked about the VVC, that indicator that tracks the movement of 8,200 stocks, where here it is on a graph. So if I'm tracking 8,200 stocks and I'm tracking that move on a daily basis, I can see when the market is moving up 8,200 stocks and when the market is moving down and how fast it's moving down. All right, so there we go. Jen, that's a Jen thing.
Yeah, she's asking me, but I don't know.
I think, what is the special?
I don't think it is.
You don't think it's special?
I think it's $9.95 again.
Is it $9.95 again? All right, we'll get to that. I just wanted to make sure. All right. All right. So we can clearly see when the market's moving down. Now notice that before I get into that, if you're not a VectorVest subscriber, I definitely want you to pay attention to this. All right, as a subscriber, remember I talked to you that we got our subscribers out of the market at the right time? Well, here's another indicator. See that indicator right there called the MTI? Oops, wrong one. Let me go this one. There we go. See this indicator right here called the MTI? The MTI it looks at the underlying trend of the market, and the RT looks at the short-term price trend of the market. Let me get that unscrewed up there. That RT indicator looks at the short-term price trend of the market. Is the market moving up or moving down? The MTI, which is this indicator right here, all right, looks at what we call the underlying trend of the market. It serves two purposes. We started talking about the market getting toppy back in the January time frame. I'm going to find the date of January 10th, right about here. January 10th, we were talking about the market looking toppy because when the MTI, this market timing indicator, gets to the value of about 1.5, right? You see right there, the market is looking for a top. What happened? The market did finally find a top. It pulled back. After it pulled back, it rose again. But as the market rose, look at what our underlying trend of the market was doing. It was falling. We talked to our customers about this being a bearish divergence. Folks, this was before all of this precipitous fall in the market. So this is primarily being done for the people who are in the room who are not subscribers and you're curious to know how we called the market and got our customers out of the market. So let me take another step further. As we were moving up in the market and the underlying trend of the market was moving down, we also have a nightly newsletter called the VectorVest Views. See, after the market rose 2 days after the high, 2 days after the high, I'm going to click right there, which is February 21st. I am going to go to our nightly newsletter right here, and this is what we call the Daily Color Guard Report. We do this every single night. Let's go back in time to the date of 2/21. We started and that was on a Friday. Let's click on that. On that date, let's go see what we said in the views. On that, we had an essay called The Test of Time. Let's scroll down a little further. And a little further, there we go. Prudent investors. What did we say? That was 2 days off of the top before the coronavirus. Prudent investors should not buy stocks at this time. Aggressive investors and traders should play the market with a bias to the downside. All right, something else happened on that day. We have something called looking at the movement of that VectorVest composite on a week-over-week basis. On that day, we got what we call the primary wave down. The market, that VectorVest composite, moved down on a week-over-week basis. Notice that prior to that, we had all of these ups. The market was moving higher, moving higher, moving higher. On 2/21 of 2020, we had a primary wave down. We had 3 red lights in the color guard. All right, the color guard price went down week over week, day over day. The RT went down week over week, day over day, and the buy to sell ratio went down week over week, day over day, giving us 3 red lights. Let's take this up one more day. Remember, folks, now we're 2 days off of the top before the coronavirus scare hit. Let's go up one more day, which would have been that Monday, 2/24. All right, let's go. This is what we do every single night. And as a VectorVest subscriber, you get this data every single night. Prudent investors should not buy stocks at this time. Aggressive investors and traders should play the market with now a bias to the downside. Every day we provide for you the 1 and the 5 day winners from a tool called the Derby, which puts you on top of what's working in the current market's conditions. On that day, contra ETFs were at the top of the list, 11.48% in 1 day. Bearish, buying contra ETFs up 11.48% 1 day. And then, as you can say, the rest is history. That's what happened. So given that data, the 21st, we started getting you out. Back in January, we told you that the market was looking toppy. It did rise, hit a new high, and look at that data as the market fell. 2 days off the top. Even if you missed that, 3 days off the top to get you out of the market prior to all of this going on. So anybody who's out there who's skeptical about what we did and what we said, there is a written history about what we did and what we said in that nightly newsletter. For any of you who are not subscribers to the software, again, I'm going to give you an opportunity to take advantage of a trial, but this is the kind of information that we give. Now, let's take this a step further. What do we do now? All right, so now market's falling. Look at the last week. Down, up, down, up, down, up. What is that called? Volatility. The volatility index is so high because the market is making these wild swings day over day, which is why I said with today's activity, 1 day does not make a trend. Now, if you're not a subscriber and you're waiting to know when to get back in, let me explain to you how you know the right time to get back in. 1, how do you know when a market is bottomed? When it stops going down and it starts going up. The big thing is you want to be as close to the bottom to take advantage of the upturn. Well, the bottom hasn't happened yet. Now, with today's update, could the bottom happen? We're not going to know unless we get more confirmation of up move tomorrow. If you are a more aggressive trader, if you get confirmation of an up move from today's activity, you can pull the trigger and start dipping your toe in the water. But wait a minute. If you're not that aggressive, what else do you look for? Well, there's a couple of things. Let's go back to the home page real quick, because the home page will give you that information in the color guard. Now, from the color guard, what do we look for? Remember I talked to you about that primary wave, the fastest indicator we have, it's found in the trend column. I'm looking to see when the first two letters in the trend column turn to an up. That means now the market has moved higher, or the VectorVest composite has moved higher on a week-over-week basis. That's a little bit more confirmation than just looking at the bounce of the VectorVest composite and confirmation. But wait a minute. What if you're a little bit more prudent? Then we look for a green light in the color guard pricing column. That means the market moved up on both the week-over-week and day-over-day basis, generating a green light. That is really prudent. So 3 ways to know when to get back in. If we go back to the market timing graph, way number 1, look to see if we get confirmation of an up day. Today is an up day. Let's see if we get confirmation. That is day number 1, or way number 1, and the only people taking advantage of that move are your super aggressive, what I like to call gunslingers. Number 2, let's go back to the home page. I'm walking you through this, folks. Number 2, let's wait to see in the trend column if we get a primary wave up. That means the market is now, or the VectorVest composite is now moved on a week-over-week basis. Number 3, if you're a little bit more conservative or prudent, let's wait for a green light in the color guard pricing column. 3 ways to know when to get back in, and only VectorVest gives you that kind of information every day, all day, and that is why you pay for a subscription to have the software. This is no smoke and mirrors. This is no fly-by-night information. This is information that's been tried and true for 30 years. We know what we're doing. Now, am I going to tell you we're going to call the bottom? No. But I am going to show you, and I have showed you step by step, how to take advantage of the software to know when to get in. And you know something? With the advent of 2008, 2009, this could probably be one of the biggest explosions in the history of coming off of a bottom. Something to keep in mind, and that is why you want to be a VectorVest subscriber if you're not already a subscriber. I am not blowing smoke where it don't belong. I can back up everything that, all of the guidance that we've given is in the software. We don't make it up as it goes along. It's there. So anything we said, you can go back in the views and look at what we said back in 2007, 2008. Go back in the views and look back in March 9th, March 10th of 2009. That bottom we were actually able to call. So don't take my word for it. If you take the subscription to the software, you can back up what I'm saying, and there you go. All right. So with all of that being said, I thought that it was extremely important to spend a little more time on showing you how we got our subscribers out of the market and how we're preparing to get our customers back in the market at the right time. There we go. So now let's talk about the news associated with what's going on in the market, and let's get into our first news story. Where's my story? Now I'm getting ready to do that once I go look at the market. Look at this. Where's my stories? Is that it right here?
No, bro. Come on, man. Is it your first time?
It is my first time. Where's it at? Oh, I knew that. I just checked to make sure. So the government is trying to throw a lot of stimulus behind what's going on, and that's going to be a big major mover of where the markets are going to go from here. If we scroll up a little bit, the Fed deploys its full arsenal, but it still has some tools. Investors are looking for the central bank to help unclog markets for short-term corporate debt. How about we've now taken the Fed rate all the way down to between 0 and 0.25%. That's way low. We're almost to the point of 0, but the Fed is trying to do all that it can to stave off what's going on in the market. The Federal Reserve on Sunday unleashed its arsenal to prevent market strains from turning a public health emergency into a financial crisis, but investors are pushing for the central bank to pull more levers to cushion the economy against a severe turndown. So the Fed's job is to look after the economy. It looks at making sure that jobs are good, and it also makes sure that inflation is in place. Now, because the coronavirus is not only affecting the market, it is affecting our economy, so the Fed is jumping in to do what they can to stave off what's going on. What else? Trump. The government wants to start sending millions of Americans a check. Here's how to use it wisely. So the government is thinking about sending out checks to everyone who pays taxes. And right now, the numbers I see are $1,000 per adult, $500 per child. All right. So with that being said, they're giving money, putting it into our pockets so that, one, we could pay our bills. All right. Well, a lot of people getting laid off. This gives us an opportunity as a bridge to get us from where we are to where we need to be to help put money in our pockets to pay our bills and actually to spend it and put it back into the economy. So the markets or the Fed is trying to keep the markets from going into even more of a severe downturn right now. So with that being said, let's get back into the software. Let's go back to the market timing graph. Actually, do I want that one? Where's my other one? Leave it there? All right, I'm not going to do it that way anyway. Let's just do it this way. All right. This one? This one? This one? There. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add on, I'm going to do it this way. Let's just do this real quick. Let's go out on the VectorVest composite. And an indicator, if you're not a subscriber, is the spiders. So I'm going to put on the SPY. Let's go look and see what's going on with them. Here's the VectorVest composite, the VVC. This is that indicator that tracks the move of over 8,200 stocks. So if I put this on a 3-month graph, what's going on with it? As I watch it, what's going on? That's not. There we go. I'm seeing the market doing this back and forth mumbo, up and down, up and down. And every time it keeps going down, you say, is this the bottom? Let me show you something. Freehand line. Is that the bottom? Is that the bottom? Is that the bottom? And currently where we are right now. So we don't know where the bottom is going to happen, but at least I've given you more of an understanding on how to play it. And notice that each one of these up days, something else as a technician, each one of these up days, none of these up days have taken out the previous day's high. Look at that. So these candles are pretty much inside days. Look at this candle, not taking out the previous day's high. Look at this candle, not taking out the previous day's high. If I see one of these rebounds that happen and it takes out the previous day's high, that is more of an understanding that maybe the market may have the wherewithal to start to bounce up. And that's from a candlestick or technician standpoint. So the market's up today, but overall in a downtrend. Let's go look at the spiders. Same kind of scenario. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, back and forth. Notice that now on this one though, the S&P did take out the previous day. Nope, didn't. Didn't take out the previous day's high. Didn't take out the previous day's high. But on this candle on the SPY, it did take out the previous day's high, but with no follow through. So where do we stand right now? The market is still falling. And what are you looking for right now? I'm looking for the market to stop going down and start going up. We won't see a bottom until a bottom happens. But if you're using the tools within the VectorVest software, I've now given you 3 ways to know how aggressive you are when you can jump in, a little bit more prudent when to jump in, and a little bit more prudenter. Yes, I just made that up. A little bit more prudenter to know when to jump in. So that is to answer everybody's question of how VectorVest will help you get into the market at the right time. All right, that is my first story. Joey, can you bring over my chat so I can see if anybody's got any questions?
Yes.
Thank you, Joey. Whew, that was a lot. I told you I had a lot to cover. Told you I had a lot to cover. A lot of chat coming in here.
So Kev asked if there was a special for real time. I put that link in there. Or KK did, sorry.
Hold on, Eric. Are you Eric L., my Marine? My Marine? And if you are, thank you for being here, my friend. I appreciate it. All right.
You want to read his comment?
Yeah, I'll read his comment. Fully agree. As a subscriber, I try to follow the rules consistently. It's not easy, but I survived. I'm so happy to be 100% in cash. There you go. All right, Eric, let's go see. Tonine, it should be a law that we cannot advertise any product more than 3 times, including VectorVest. What does that mean? Okay. I'm sorry if I didn't realize what you said. Joey's pointing out the questions.
There's a lot of comments, not many questions.
Okay. And Eric, subscriber for 4 years and help. Oh, so this is a different Eric who's in Belgium. All right, I just wanted to know. Barry, I'm going to get to that. As a VectorVest trial subscriber, should I be getting VectorVest views in my email? As a trial subscriber, you should have access to the software that I'm in right now, Suresh. You should have access to the software that I'm in.
You want to show them how to get to the views?
Yeah, let me minimize this. Let's say that you're in the software, Suresh, on the home page. All right, from the home, I need the other one.
Go to the main one.
All right, and let's go to, the home page is already off. But to get to the views, all right, to get to the views, Joey, you detached it.
It'll usually be in here.
All right, it will be at the top as a tab called the views. We have it detached because we're using it, but it would look like this once you get into it. It is a tab at the top of the computer. Everything you can see when you start the VectorVest program. Thank you, Eric. Is it time to buy energy stocks? Oil is at the bottom. Well, I'm going to get to oil in a second, Chris. I just wanted to see if there's any questions in here. I heard that yesterday, Paul, about Bill Ackman. And you know something? Listen, everybody's entitled to their opinion. So it is what it is. And I will not propagate fear in here. I just won't do it. I will not do it. And all I am going to do is show you how the software will do what it needs to do. All right, so that was my first story. Let's get into my second story, which is the coronavirus stocks themselves. Now, a good way to take advantage of what's going on in the market is to look at stocks that are on the prowl to get an antivirus for corona. The president was on the news today that I was watching. He specifically mentioned this as one of the stocks to keep your eye on. Regeneron surges after identifying coronavirus antibodies. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on with trying to find an antivirus for it. One, there are some over-the-counter drugs that can be used as a means to combat the coronavirus. And they gave the names of them. I don't remember the names of them, but there are some over-the-counter drugs that fight some of the effects of what the coronavirus is, number one. Number two, they're trying to fast-track a lot of the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 trials. There are already companies, MDRA, Moderna, INO, another stock, Gilead, 3 stocks right there that are already rushing to get to the trials of phase 1, and a couple of them are already in phase 1 trials. These are stocks to keep your eyes on, because I bet you anything, the first stock that can come out and says, we got the antivirus, that stock's gonna go like nobody's business. So thus, we have a watch list of all of these stocks for you as members of this group here. So Regeneron Pharmaceuticals shares extended gains Tuesday after the drug maker said it is ready to start a large-scale manufacturing of a cocktail therapy coronavirus treatment after identifying hundreds of virus-neutralizing antibodies. That's huge. Folks, we've got some of the best medical minds on the planet in this country right here, and holy smokes, they are going after it right now to go after getting rid of the coronavirus, and this is just some of it that's coming out. Let's go to my watch list for today. Viewers, let's go to my watch list. Every week I have a watch list of all of the stocks that we're going to be looking at, and today is 3/19. Here's the stocks. So we already looked at the VVC and the SPY, which are already in this watch list. So we did look at the VVC, SPY. I'm going to look at Regeneron. Now, let's analyze it real quick. Now, the stock ain't cheap. All right, but we put a value on every stock, what we feel the stock is worth. Currently, the stock is trading under its value. I like that. The first indicator that separates us from everybody is we have relative value on the stock. The stock's long-term price appreciation potential as compared to an alternative investment in a AAA corporate bond. It's above the value of 1. The stock has got good upside potential, which is unlike many of the other biopharmaceutical companies. The stock is a safe stock. Relative safety tracks the risk of the stock, and it looks at the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance. At 1.32, I'm going to tell you that REGN has a high probability of meeting or exceeding its earnings expectations, and earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. Next, RT, the short-term price trend of the stock. With the move moving higher, the stock is in an uptrend with RT above the value of 1. And in this list of the stocks that we're looking at today, it's got the second best combination of value, safety, and timing with our master indicator, VST. Now, the stock is susceptible to long or lengthy price declines when that comfort index is below the value of 1. I do like that the company does grow its earnings at a clip of at least 15% a year. So a lot of good things going on with this stock. It does play options. It's got a little X in front of the exchange. The exchange O means over the counter or NASDAQ. And it's got options. So if you don't want to trade the high price of the stock, think about trading the options. But this may not be a bad play. So let's take this a step further. Remember I told you I had a coronavirus watch list? Well, here they are. Here's my watch list. I've created that just for Trending Thursday. Right now it's got 29 stocks in this list. Notice that Gilead is one of the stocks. How about the stock that's got the best combination of value, safety, and timing is what? Bada bing, bada boom. Regeneron Pharmaceuticals at the top of this list of all the 29 stocks that we track. Gilead is in here. Moderna is getting ready to go to phase 1 trials. INO is ready to go to phase 1 trial. The stocks that are also been moving in this list, Codex been moving, NVAX, VIR, a lot of stocks that are in here that are moving. Now let's say you've built this watch list of stocks and you're more of a trader. How do you know which ones to play on a day-over-day basis? Simply sort this list by percent price change. Find the stocks that are moving up the most. How about BCRX? Now, a lot of these stocks that you're going to look at in this watch list may not have the good fundamentals behind it. But if I am trying to make money from a short-term perspective as a trader looking at coronavirus stocks, why not play the stocks that are moving up? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of the 29 stocks that are up double digits today. Now, from a trading perspective, that's what I'm looking for, to play these stocks that are moving up. But wait a minute. Maybe I want to find the stocks that are in the list that have the best upside potential. Sort the list by relative value. Folks, you got a lot of flexibility in building a watch list in here. How about ABBV has the best? This is more of a value play in regards to the coronavirus stocks, growing their earnings at a clip of 12%. Biogen, BIIB, growing their earnings at a clip of 16%. How about this stock? Both of these stocks are fundamentally sound. They have good upside potential. They have good safety, being that both of them are above the value of 1. So what I'm looking for is these are stocks that I would hold for the longer term as far as pharmaceutical stocks are concerned. If I want to look at the stocks that are moving up the fastest just by analysis, then I'm looking at Lakeland, I'm looking at Moderna. Look at these relative values telling me the stocks are definitely in an uptrend, but I always want to buy them on an up day. All right, there you go. All right, Joey, no questions? Outstanding. So coronavirus stocks are a great way to take advantage of what's going on. Folks, this watch list is a great way to do so. If you haven't already, take a screenshot of these stocks. I can force rank them by any one of our VectorVest indicators. A lot of these that may be moving up the fastest may not have the best earnings per share, but How about REGN comes up in the top 5 or 10 of these stocks in each one of these sorts? That's a stock to keep your eye on. So let's do this. I want to put up REGN. Let's look at that graph real quick, and I'm going to show you something else. Here's REGN on a 1-year graph. Even with all of the coronavirus, because it's starting to find those antibodies, look at that move on the stock. Stock's moving higher. How do you know when to get in? Well, today's high made a new high over the last 3 months. I would put in an order, a buy stop order about 12 cents higher than the high. That helps to ensure that I'm buying into a rising stock. The earnings per share is higher than it was 3 months ago. It bounced off support, moving up, hitting a new high. That's what I'm looking for. Now that's just looking at REGN. Let's look at the whole listing of these biopharmaceuticals. Say it, Joey. Pharmaceutical stocks. I'm going to notice at the bottom there's a watch list average. I'm going to right click. I'm going to view the watch list average and look at that. More recently, let me expand that. More recently, in the past few days, the whole industry of those stocks is starting to move up. You know what I'm looking for before I can start taking advantage of many more of those stocks? I'm using a 3, in this case, I'm using a, where's my moving average? Yeah, I am using a 3 and an 8 exponential moving average. On my whole watch list of stocks, when I see the 3 move above the 8, I'm definitely thinking about jumping on board with a stock like REGN, because then all of the stocks as a group would tell me that it's in an uptrend. So that's a good way of looking at the whole watch list to determine what's going on. All right, so that's the coronavirus. My next story specifically deals with oil. All right, somebody asked me about oil. My story shows that U.S. oil falls to an 18-year low as the rout continues on coronavirus fears. Price war. What is the price war? In case you don't know, all right, the Saudi Arabia and Russia came to the table sometime last week or early this week, and they said, okay, Saudi Arabia says, you know, we want to increase production, drive the oil prices down. Russia said, no, we don't do that in Mother Russia, no. And Saudi said, okay, fine, don't do it. We're going to do it, and we're going to flood the world with all the oil. We're just going to produce it. And what happened? How many of you are paying lower dollar for gas? Well, that's because oil is getting beaten up. So why is it getting beaten up? Because there's such a supply of it and the demand is not high. Why do prices of oil go up? Well, when the Saudis and the Russians and everybody pull back on production, it creates a demand. When it creates a demand, oil prices go up, gas prices go up. So right now, oil is as low as it is because there's an influx of a whole bunch of supply of oil. That way demand is not high, oil prices are low. Now, let me show you how to play that. We're going to go back into the software. Let's go back to my watch list. Let's go back to my watch list. Let's go back to 319. Let's go see. Did I have an oil stock in here, or am I looking at Tesla DRIP? There we go. To play DRIP today. DRIP is a contra ETF to oil. Now, oil is up today. Oil is up today, so this ETF of DRIP is not doing well today. So let's go use the opposite of that stock, which would be GUSH, G-U-S-H. So now I'm looking at both sides of oil and how to play both sides of oil. GUSH is up a little bit today with the big move of DRIP to the downside. Very interesting. Very interesting that GUSH is not following suit, moving the opposite direction. But that's a good way to play oil. When oil goes down, buy DRIP. When oil goes down, buy DRIP. When oil goes up, buy GUSH. And today, oil is going up, but GUSH is not really rocking and rolling. Let's take a look at both of those stocks. View the stock graph on both of them. There's on GUSH, because oil has been getting beaten up. The bullish side of oil has been getting beaten up. But if I go to the other graph, as oil has been going down, look at that move on DRIP. A lot of money was made during this time as oil was falling, and then it pulled back a little bit. All right, but great opportunity to play oil as soon as you started hearing about oil going down. Drip is a great way. It's a contra ETF. It's contrarian to the oil, and as oil goes down, this indicator goes up. So a down day today, a big down day, but look at the wick at the bottom. From a technician standpoint, look at the wick at the bottom. I've got some buying pressure, but I got a big down day today nonetheless. All right, now, going to take this a step further. I got another watch list for you called petroleum stocks. Man, you get all of this stuff in one place just on this presentation. There's 80 stocks that are in the petroleum industry that I have in this watch list. When oil goes up, look at all of these stocks rocking and rolling. Let's sort this by percentage price change. How about CAPL up 64%, HEP up 51%, and so on and so on and so on. As oil turns around and starts going up, look at these opportunities to make money. Now, many of these stocks, again, are not fundamentally sound, but if I'm looking to pay attention to oil moving up today, what stocks to take advantage of, this is why the watch list is so important. These are strictly trades. Now, if I want to look at what oil stocks have the best upside potential, NBLX, it's got an RV of 2. SSL has an RV of 2. Some of these stocks you don't even know about, but using the power of force ranking in this watch list, I can give you the value plays on which oil stocks, and some of them are inexpensive. How about being able to possibly ride a stock up from $1.84 as a value play and watch it just go up? Now look at this, SSL, way undervalued. Man, this is a good value play, way undervalued. They grow their earnings at a clip of 15% a year. That's a great value play. Or OMP, nicely undervalued, growing their earnings at a clip of 18% a year. Folks, I'm putting you down on some good value plays on oil that you don't know of. Write them down. Write them down. Now, am I going to tell you the best time that this is the best time to play them? Well, one of them, OMP, is up nicely today, whereas SSL is not. All right, so but if I'm going to hold the stock for the long term, I better be prepared for big down days, or else don't play it. Warren Buffett is a value player, and a lot of the stocks that he's in, he bought them when they were the most beaten up, and he's holding them and watching them rise. This is a great way to find value plays on oil before they start to become the big fish in the sea. Something to take a look at. That's all I'm saying, but wait and time your trade the right way, and that's what we're looking for. So there's my oil story. Any questions? Man, do I have them?
What folder did you say the petroleum stocks were?
All right, so this is what I did. To get into the petroleum, I put them into a watch list for you. I'm going to show you something. Easy way to do it. Go to, scroll down, go to Industry Viewer, okay? Go to Industry Viewer, and I'm going to show you how to find all of the different petroleum stocks. Sort the industry. Click on Industry to sort the industry alphabetically. All right, and go down to petroleum. And what I've done is I took out petroleum stocks from all of these industries. I took out the stocks that were less than $1, and I took out the stocks that had less than 100,000 shares average volume, and that's how I came up with that list. But you go to the Industry Viewer, find all of the different petroleum stocks within their industries, go through, put them into a watch list, put all of the stocks from all of these industries into a watch list. Then go through, take out the stocks that are less than $1, then go through again and take out the stocks that are less than 100,000 shares of average volume. Thus, that's how I built that. And folks, petroleum, let's do this. Let's go back to my list, watch list viewer. I'm going to show you something else. The power of the watch list, once again, petroleum stocks. Why not look at the whole group of stocks? Because every stock has a watch list average at the bottom. So I'm going to look at the average of all 80 stocks in here, right click, view the watch list average. Look at that. Petroleum overall is still getting beaten up. Look at that. How do I know when it's the right time to really buy petroleum for a swing trade rather than just a trade? Let's wait till this group of stocks stops going down and starts going up. Hopefully that makes sense. And again, that also shows the power of the watch list in the software.
What's the contra ETF for gold?
What's the contra ETF for gold? Probably is dust. I'm not even talking about gold today, but that is the contra for gold is dust. D-U-S-T.
Is there a way to filter out the MLPs for those who don't want a Form K1?
Yes and no.
Repeat that.
The question is there a way to take out the MLPs?
Those who don't want a Form
For those who don't want a 401k1, 401k. So it depends on what you're trying to do with the stock. Let me back that up a little bit. What is the goal with your oil stocks? Are you looking at them as value plays? Take the stocks that have the biggest RV. If you're looking for the stocks from a safety perspective that pay a good dividend, then sort by relative safety. And then look at the dividend safety on the stocks and only look at the ones that have a dividend safety above 50. Like that one and that one. So that's probably the easiest, well, I'll take that one. The easiest way to do that, because other than that, I don't know if they're labeled as MLPs. So it all depends on what you're trying to do with these. If you're trying to be more aggressive with them, then sort by RT.
Is there a tab we can click in the software to get the letter that was sent out to subscribers?
Is there a tab to click on to get the letter that was sent out to subscribers? And I believe that's also on the home page. You talking about?
Welcome.
It was on the home page. And scroll down. It was here, down at the bottom. And if not, give our product support staff a call. It was down at the bottom on the home.
The views or anything?
I didn't see it in the views because, I saw it on the home page when I did the timing last week. All right. Any other questions? That's it. So that is on my petroleum stocks. Let's go to my next story. My next story is on retail. Clear winner. Walmart moves to a 52-week high. Interesting is even here in North Carolina, a lot of Walmart stores are out of toilet paper. I don't want to get into the story of why toilet paper is going out of style. Amazon may be the online gorilla, but Walmart's store network and supplier leverage is unmatched. According to Gordon Haskett, Walmart is far and away the most popular choice among new online grocery shoppers at 58%. Now, this is a story. I don't know if I fully agree with that. I still think that more people are buying from Amazon online than from Walmart online, but now we're going to let the story talk itself. Also, second is Amazon. They say behind Walmart online, Amazon, then Target, then Kroger, and Costco. Everybody's doing delivery now. Everybody's doing delivery. So the story covers all of these different stocks. Let's go back into the software. Let's go to my watch list. All right. And I think 319, let's go see what I've got. I think I've only got one of them. I think I've only got Walmart in here. There it is. I've only got Walmart. Let's take a look at it. Walmart is over its value. So the stock is overvalued. Doesn't make it a bad stock.
What about APRN? You don't have APRN?
Hold on. In April, oh, I do. I got both. Thank you, Joey. So I actually have APRN and Walmart. Let's start it with Walmart, though. Walmart is definitely over its value. Just because it's overvalued doesn't mean that the stock is a bad stock. It just means that people are willing to pay a premium to own it. And then we look at the upside on the value play. The RV is not just quite there yet. The stock is a safer stock because it is above the value of 1, and the stock is in an uptrend with RT at 1.36. Walmart grows their earnings at a clip of 8%. Now, online, how many of you, the states have closed the restaurants? How about Blue Apron? Ordering food online. Also over its value, trading at $13.37 with a value of $5.07. The upside potential really not there just quite yet. The safety not there just quite yet. So you know what this tells me? The RT is at 2. The stock is moving as fast as it can to the upside. Why? Is that important? Because people are buying food online. They're ordering the food online instead of going out to the restaurants. That's huge. I believe Blue Apron is up over about 300%, over about 300% for the year so far. People are eating their butts off. Well, they would like for their butts to go away, but they're eating their butts off and ordering it online. They're growing their earnings at a clip of 13% a year. That's better than Walmart, and that's an online way to go. Now, they've got negative earnings per share. They'll get back. They're running. They'll get back to where they need to be. Let's go look at both of these stocks on the graph. All right. So let's start off with APRN. APRN. Look at the move on APRN as people are being shut into their homes. And I don't want to look at it that way, but people are staying at home. They're not going out to eat. That's a lot of move. 1, 2, 3 big days up after the stock has just been going la 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 la. And then finally you wake up and say, yo, baby, let's go eat. And it just ran. Today's a big down day. You know what that's called? Let me tell you what that's called. That's called profit taking. A lot of people have gotten the stock where the stock's price was sitting at, let's go look at this. The closing price a couple of days ago was at $3.82. The stock spiked up to almost, let me see, the high price here is 28 bucks. From 3 to 28, you think people are not taking profits? That's exactly what's going on right here. That, my friends, is called profit taking. And a lot of people made a ton load of money. I'm about to say something else. Woo! Thank you, Joey, for protecting me.
Ready to go.
You had the mute button. You wasn't even talking about the mute button.
Close.
But they made a ton of money with that move from $3.82 up to $28. That's profit taking. But overall, look at the earnings starting to get better and better, even though they're still negative, but getting better. Look at the 3-8 cross. Man, so that's rock and rolling. Today is a down day. One day don't make a trend. Always remember that. Always remember that. Where's my other stock? What did I just do? Didn't I have two? Oh, it didn't give me my other one. All right, now it will.
It didn't.
It didn't.
You didn't.
No, it didn't. Leave me alone, Joey.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
Okay.
There's Walmart, and look at the move. Walmart might have found a level of a low. Look at that low. Might have found a level of a floor. Look at the stock's price moving up. 3-8 cross. Good opportunity to get in. Follow through the next day. A lot of selling pressure yesterday and a down candle today. One day doesn't make a trend. Look at the earnings. Earnings higher than it was 3 months ago. Earnings is an engine that drives a stock's price higher. So Walmart might be a possibility. And you know something? Let's say you got into it yesterday, 3-8 cross, you're in it, and it's down today. What do? You don't panic. You don't panic. If you're trying to hold a stock for a longer term, stop looking at intraday graphs. That's not what you want to do. If I'm trying to hold stock on a longer term, notice I'm looking at an end of day graph. That's by design. It takes the noise out so that you don't get in and out of a stock, in and out of a stock. Leave it alone. It's a down day today, so what? Most likely you're still up on the stock. All right, so those are my two stories on retail. Any questions, Joey? No, evidently, even you must either be riveted to what I'm saying or you don't care.
Everybody wants their stocks.
Everybody wants to go straight to their stocks. All right, I'm getting it.
Shop down even though it's e-commerce.
All right, hold on. We'll get to that.
Good time for puts or too late.
All right, hold on. Wow, you guys are all on it. All right, let's go look at my travel stocks. Travel stocks. Oh, let me go to my story. Sorry, Joey. Next story is on Choice Hotels, travel stocks. Choice Hotels International withdraws first quarter 2020 and fiscal year 20 outlook. So instead of what their guidance is going to be right now, they're holding back on it. They're holding back on it because the coronavirus has affected people traveling and airlines. So I put together a watch list of the both of them together, of hotels and airlines. Let's go. That's the story. Let's go to my watch list. Here's CHH. Where is it at? There it is. Choice Hotels, nicely undervalued. So the company is a good company. Nicely undervalued, good upside potential. The safety is not there. They are growing their earnings at a clip of 17%. It is a sell recommendation. I probably wouldn't be in the stock right now. Let's go pull up the stock graph. And if this is a stock, I love the stock. Look at that equity curve. This is a good run company. Coronavirus hurt it. How many of you play options? If you do, was that a good time to sell covered calls? It absolutely was. That'll afford you the opportunity to keep this good looking stock in your portfolio and without having to write it down. Many of you who don't play stocks sit back and go, wowsy, wowsy, I gotta hold this stock and wait and pray. No, you don't. Learn to play options. Buy a put, which is full protection. Sell a covered call, which generates income so you don't have to get out of the stock. Look at the earnings. This is a darn good stock. It's a darn good stock, and I'd hate to see you get out of it because of the coronavirus scare or have to ride this down. Nobody out there should have to ride a good stock down. Take safety precautions by using options. All right, what else did I do? Oh, I created a watch list. I did. I created a watch list for travel stocks. Where's it at? There it is. There's my travel stocks. I'm looking at hotels and airlines, and I've got 12. Delta's in here, Southwest. Look at every single one of them. Look at every single one of them. Now, there's something interesting about every single one of them. Look at their relative values. All of these companies, for the most part, are good companies. It's just the wrong time to be in a good company. The majority of these stocks are undervalued. Look at that. One after the other are trading under their values. After the other. That's every single one with the exception of the ETF that I'm going to talk about in a second. These are good companies. It's just a bad time to be in these stocks. Earnings growth rate, 15% on Delta, 22% on Alaska Air, Continental 19, Allegiant 18, JetBlue 19, Wyndham, that's the hotel, 13%, Choice Hotels 17%, Hyatt 15%, Hilton 18%. And if I want to look at all of the airlines in one place, here's an ETF for that, folks. It's called JETS, Jets. I'm a Giants fan, though. Let's right-click on it, view the stock graph. This is just a tidbit of information. I can track all of the airlines in one ticker symbol. I don't know how many of you knew that, but when it comes time to get back into the airlines, let's wait and see when this ETF goes up. And if I don't want to have to own any one particular airline, this ETF might be a great way to go. JETS, Giants. I'm a Giants fan. I'm a New Yorker. All right, so there we go as far as my travel stocks. Hotels and airlines getting adversely affected. They're all sell recommended stocks, but this indicator gives you the rest of the story. All of these stocks have good upside potential. They're good stocks, just wrong time to be in them. All right, Joey, any questions?
Where did you get the coronavirus stock list?
I Googled it. I Googled Corona stocks, and that's how I did it. And actually, it was a story that was on Trending Thursday about a month ago. Where I first built that coronavirus list. That was a story as well. Any other questions, Joey? Excellent. Let's go to my next story. Man, I got a lot to cover. I told you I had a lot to cover today. Let's get into stocks that hit my attention. Boeing confirms a full draw of $13.8 billion loan, reportedly seeking billions in assistance. Boeing was getting jacked up prior to the coronavirus. Why? Because the planes weren't so good. They killed some people, and that's the unfortunate reality. And Boeing, this is poor Boeing. That happened, and now coronavirus and nobody's flying. Then they lost the government the contract. They're getting hit like from all over the place, which is why they're seeking billions in assistance. All right, another story, Tesla. Tesla will take temperatures of the Fremont factory employees and hand out masks. Tesla's saying pretty much, we're working. All right, you know, you're not feeling so, you know, we're going to protect you, we're going to give you masks, but we're working. Tesla's pretty much saying we're open for business. Tesla is still operating its Fremont, California power plant despite orders from the county to wind it down. So this story came out today, published today, in regards to that. So There's Elon Musk. He looks a little, I don't know. I'm actually saying I got to keep that my opinion to myself. I ain't going to get into that. Let's go take a look at those two stocks. Let's go back to my watch list for today, 319. Let's go take a look. So that was Tesla and Boeing. We all know what's going on with Boeing. Boeing don't look so good. There's Tesla. Right click. Both of them are sell recommendations right now. Tesla and Boeing. Both sell recommendations. Tesla's way over its value. Well, Boeing is under its value. Both have good upside potential. Both are still safe. But right now, both of them are getting hit adversely with the RT telling you both the stocks are in a downtrend. Tesla is growing their earnings at a clip of 32%. Boeing's losing, moving their earnings to the negative side, down 4%. Let's right-click, view the stock graph. Here they are. There's Tesla. Tesla's saying, baby, we still working. And look at the stock's price. Could that be the floor for Tesla? Don't know until we get confirmation it starts moving up. Company is making money. Still overall, coronavirus is affecting it, but could it be bouncing? We don't know yet. Big up day, very little wick at the top, very little wick at the bottom, big open day. And the next one, Boeing is just getting beat down like so bad and just going. And it's neither one of them, Tesla looks like it could be a rebound, just not yet. Let the trade come to you. Boeing just doesn't look good at all. All right. Any questions?
Here, I'll bring this up for you.
All right. Next question. Man, we're at 3 o'clock already. Man, and I still got to look at your stocks.
Do you have any more stories?
No, I did, but don't worry about it. I don't need it. I thought 3.8 for daily. You can use 3.8 on daily or on a trade. If you're part of our jockey club, we use the 3.8 both on a daily and on an end of day, on a daily and intraday. We use it on both sides.
I think you might have been replying to this.
David, I like the 3.8 for swing trading. What EMA time frame? Thank you, David. David, believe it or not, in case you didn't know, David is one of our VectorVest employees. He works in product support. David, say hello to everybody in the room.
Is that who that is?
That's David. So swing time frame, when you're trying to hold a stock for a couple of days to a couple of months, that is a swing time. That is a swing trade. A couple of days to a couple of months is a swing trade. If you're trying to hold a stock throughout the day, that is more of a day trade. And longer term, I'm looking to hold stocks for 6 months to a year. That's more on your retirement side. All right. Actually, that's enough. That's enough. I'm going to do, we are tracking a way to take advantage of the market. Portfolios, go ahead.
Let's talk about the trial.
All right, let's go. Let's just go. I need to go to their stocks. We're going to do that.
Let's talk about trial that I'm going to post in the link.
All right, so Joey's going to post a link in the chat for you for taking advantage of a trial to the VectorVest software for $9.95. For those of you who are not subscribers, click on that link. It's for 30 days. You like it, you keep it. You don't, you don't. No skin off my back. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, but if you like the content that you see here, you too can do this every day. You too can do this every day. Take a trial. Joey put the link in the room. Click on the link, and that way you can take advantage of a trial for $9.95 for 30 days. And you know I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, so hopefully many of you who have not subscribed to the channel have done so or will do so. Joey, I need the chat because I'm going to now take a look at their stocks. All right. That was a lot of stories today. And start putting your stocks into here. And Joe, thank you for loving it. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Again, folks, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. All right, Disney, comma, GDEN, comma. Notice that I'm only going to put the stock symbol with a comma. That's it. That's it. ENPH. I'm going to look at as many of them as I can. Disney is already in there. Shopify is already in there.
Spotify?
And that's not Shopify.
Yeah, but you skip Spotify?
I don't know what Spotify is. Let's go try that. Spotify. Spot. There you go. Here's Spot. Here's Spot. Lowe's. LOW. Stop. No. You get. Don't do that. I'm reading that. Don't do that, Joey, because I can see them. It's Joey. Stop. Stop moving. Leave entertainment, eatery. When you say entertainment stocks, I need symbols because entertainment, or I'd have to look at the industry. And I can go look at the industry. As a subscriber, you can go look at entertainment industry and look at the stocks that are in there. That would probably be the easy way to go. AAPL for Apple, Cinemark, and again, Eatery. Go look at the, if you are a subscriber, look at the industries. I'm not going to take a look at all of those. I would rather you look at that industry than for me to try to put all of those in. I will put in AMD. VectorVest really works. Sign up. Thank you, KK. That's Kev. Is that Kev? DPZ. That's not Kev. DPZ. TVIX. Comma HD. Did I put in Home Depot already? No, I did not. Home Depot. BP. Say again?
Chris Fernandez, that's for big.
Big? Is that a, yeah, that is big locks. I'm looking for new people. Wayfair, let me go see what that is. Wayfair, W.
ABDE.
Adobe, ADBE. It's ADBE, Roderick. That should be Adobe. Comma, ADBE. 2 more stocks is all I'm taking.
We'll look for something for Eatery, hopefully.
I got one from Eatery. I just put one. I just put. Mimi, stop.
Oh, Wayfair.
Wayfair. I got Wayfair in there.
What do you put in the mess?
Kevin Visa. Who else is new? I'm looking for somebody new. Looking for somebody new. Mike N. You coughed into your hand. Stop and go wash. Oh crap. Hold on. Wait. See this? That's hand sanitizer. Putting that on my hands now. There we go. All right. That's hand sanitizer for real. All right. James, I'm only going to take one of your stocks, James. I'm only going to take one of them. I'm going to take IIPR. IIPR. All right, for anyone, give me the link for the stock analysis report. For anyone whose stock that I did not get, for any stock that I did not get, Joey is going to put a link in the room for you. Click that link and we will give you a free stock analysis report. All right, we will give you a free stock analysis report. See that link right there? All right, if any stock that I did not put of yours, click that link and VectorVest will email you a free stock analysis report. Now, I like to always look at a 3-month graph. Why? Because what happens every 3 months? Earnings. I always keep earnings in the fray of looking at a graph because earnings is the biggest mover of a stock. Disney. What's affecting Disney? Not the streaming. What's affecting Disney? They shut down Disney World, they shut down Disneyland, and they're losing money. You know how much money they make in those parks? They're losing dough, but the earnings hasn't shown that yet, but it has flattened out. The earnings per share, and keep in mind, our earnings per share is projected or forecasted 1 year out. Why is that important? Because you can get the data that shows you what the earnings are right now, but when we give you the earnings, we're saying that the earnings per share for Disney should be at $5.54 at this time next year. It gives me a sense of is earnings growing or not. So you can look at the actual earnings number and see if earnings are falling or rising based upon our forecasted earnings. Something else going on with Disney. It went to a sell recommendation. The 3 and the 8 are bearish. Not a good time to be in Disney. Let's go. Now, if you own Disney, what do? That's a tough question. You got to make a decision. How much is enough? If you own Disney and you're not playing options, or if you were playing options, during this time when the stock started moving sideways before it fell, that was a great opportunity to sell covered calls. Buy a put. That's what happens. Without doing that, you're hurting right now, and at some point you got to determine when enough is enough. I cannot tell you if it's time to get out of that or not. I can't. Next, Golden Entertainment, Leisure Gaming. I'm not in it. Why? The 3-8 cross, the stock hit a new high. The 3-8 cross, earnings went lower and lower and lower. If you own it, man, which you should not. Any of these stocks that are moving down like this, if you gave them to me and you own them, this is why you need the VectorVest software. In a nutshell, this right here. Nobody should be still owning a stock as it's falling this precipitously low. So what do you need to do? When you get into the stock, you should already know when you're going to get out of it. And that's why you have stops in place. Let your stops manage the trade. Let the stops manage the trade. Let the stops manage the trade. Get that in your head, because a lot of us say, well, I know when I want to get out. I'm going to use a mental stop. That's a mental idea to use a mental stop. All right, keep that in mind. You should always know when you're going to get out of a stock as soon as you pull the trigger to get in. No reason why you should still be holding the stock. Next stock, Shopify. Online trading is moving, but this is not one of them that's moving. So someone asks, well, why is that going down? Because it is. You know why stock goes down? Because more people are selling it than people are buying it. That's it in a nutshell. That's the answer that I can give you. All right, so now, if you want more information, you see right here where it says news? Click on it and see if there's any specific news on why Shopify is going down. Scroll down. 6 hours ago, new strong sales from California man makes whatever. Shopify is in an area where we would expect buyers to return. So look at it. And Facebook pay, no, 6 days. There's still time to buy the dip on Shopify stock. I ain't saying none of that. Look at the stock. Let the price action show you. Earnings is falling down. Oh, look at what else was going on. Here's another bearish divergence before the stock fell. Oh, man. Look at that graph. Earnings was going up. Price was going up. Earnings was going down. What did the stock's price do? Man, we do it on the market. We can do it on individual stocks. How cool is that? Except for on the market, we were looking at price and the MTI. We were looking at price and the MTI. Now we're looking at price and earnings per share. Why? Because earnings is the biggest mover of a stock's price. Look at that and look at what will VectorVest go public? Nope. Not that I know of, and that's all I can say. I'm not in those meetings, and I don't sit around that table. I'm good. And the reason why my voice is like this is because I'm working hard. Good Lord, I'm working hard. All right, let's go to the next stock. It's hot in here. All right, Joey made it hot in here. All right, ENPH. Stock is just falling. It's a sell recommendation. You need to have the stock find a level of a bounce. It does have a level of support, which is sitting at a value of about $20.73. It's approaching that. Let's see if that level of support will hold. Let's see if that level of support will hold. Hey, Glenn, what's the source that we can use to find upcoming earnings for a stock? We could do it in the VectorVest software. Let me pull away from this graph real quick. If you go to the Viewers tab and you go down to the Events Viewer right here, all right, if you want to look at what earnings are coming up, how about we take off dividends, ex-dividends, take both of those off, and look at today, between today and the 19th. Here's the earnings date. Earnings for today. Here's the stocks that have earnings for today. Earnings for Friday, 2 stocks. Earnings for Saturday, 2 stocks. Earnings for Monday. So, Kev, that's how you go. Is that who asked me? Who just asked me? Yeah, and that was KK. That's how you find it out. You go to our events viewer. This is something that's relatively new, folks. We can look at the earnings date, and this is between March and June of 2020. What stocks have earnings coming out? So there you go, man. Let's go back to the graph. What's up, Rich? Rich says puts have been good on EMPH. I would have put on a put back here with a 3-8 cross, big, beautiful thing, and still would have been riding them down right now. All right, Spotify. Man, it looks like it might have found a level of support, bounced up, broke through 2 levels of resistance. Here and here, a lot of selling pressure here, but a big open candle right here. Not a bad looking trade. I don't like the earnings though. I don't like the earnings. Earnings are lower than it was 3 months ago. Earnings are not good, but the stock's price is bouncing up. It's got to get out of its own level of another level of moving sideways. Some selling pressure, but 2 big, nice up days. Good opportunity to make money. If I'm thinking about getting in, I need to go higher than this high before I pull this trigger. All right, Lowe's is going low. Well, that's it in a nutshell. Lowe's is going low. A nice little bounce today, but overall in a downtrend. Overall in a downtrend. When is the offer deadline? That offer for the $9.95 is good for whatever. There's no deadline on it. All right, there is no deadline on it. Lowe's is moving down. Well, ERY, which is the energy bearish as oil was getting beaten up, man, or energy was getting beaten up because oil's going up today. It's a down day. But look at how far it went. Look at the big selling pressure on the wick big buying pressure. That's a little bit of a spinning top going on right now. But overall, if you're in it for the long term, the 3 and 8 are still positive on this short ETF. Leave it alone. Today is a down day. Anything can happen tomorrow. Go to the next stock. Apple. I love Apple, but I'm not in love with Apple, and it's not the right time to be in Apple right now. Earnings look great. 3 and 8 are negative. Stock broke through a major level of support right here. Stock has got some downside. It's got a little bounce right here, but until I can see it break through this level of 273.36, I'm probably not touching it. Stock is a sell recommendation. Next one, AMD. We did a story on AMD and Micron and all of that last week. And it's still moving down this week. Earnings is good though, still higher than it was 3 months ago, but I don't see anything to confirm a move up. A lot of these stocks, I'm looking for at least the 3 and 8 exponential moving average to cross. Not ready yet. DPC, Domino's. All right, look at the 3 and 8. Why is Domino's going up? People are ordering. People are ordering pizza. Lots of pizza. Look at the earnings per share. This is probably one of my stay-at-home stocks, right? I got a watch list for that. I got a watch list for everything, don't I, Joey?
You do.
I got to watch this. That's probably in my stay-at-home stocks. But that's going to start bumping up. Why? People are ordering at home. They're not going out. Domino's may not be a bad play. What am I looking for to get into it? Let's wait for the 3 and 8 to cross. Let's wait for the 3 and 8 to cross, all right? Next one, let's go look at TVIX. The VIX, as the market has been getting hammered, the VIX has been good. The VIX dropped today on a good up day in the market today. The VIX dropped. Look at that. That is what we call a bearish engulfing. All right, let's go see what happens tomorrow. But man, the VIX has been a good way to play the market. I personally won't play the VIX, but I'm sure Rich probably in here probably bought calls on the VIX, on the TVIX. And if he did, that's a good play right there. That definitely is a good play, but that's hella expensive. I probably would have gone with the VIXI or something like that. I can't do without the answers. I'm not sure what he's asking. I did already, but all right, that's all right. I'm gonna keep going. All right, next one, Home Depot. Woo, same like Lowe's, same thing. Now you wonder because the coronavirus is keeping people at home. You would think that people might be at home trying to do upgrades to homes and all that stuff, but maybe they're staying home enough that nobody wants to go out to Home Depot and build nothing. So both Home Depot and Lowe's, but I do like the up day. I do like the bounce off support. I got nothing. The 3 and 8 are not even getting close to crossing. I'm not ready to pull the trigger on that just quite yet. Not yet. And there you go, UVXY rather than the TVIX. What time frame is your charts? I'm looking at a 3-month time frame. Right here, as you can see, I'm looking at a 3-month time frame. Why? Because again, earnings happens every 3 months. I have earnings in the fray when I'm looking at a chart. All right, Petroleum. Petroleum's getting beaten up. BP is a petroleum stock. It's getting smoked like a smoke signal that goes out that Elizabeth, never mind. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep on moving on.
Please do.
All right, and look at the 3-8. And look at the rebound right here to the upside. Look at the 3-8, never gave confirmation. I love looking at the 3 and the 8, both whether it's on an intraday graph or an end of day graph. It does a great job of keeping you in the stock or out of the stock. How about this? How about straight up VectorVestology? How about this stock got to be a sell recommendation? Was that a good opportunity to get out prior to this? Man, and the buy, sell, hold recommendations only happen in VectorVest. That's straight up VectorVest right there. Was that a good opportunity? The 3 and the 8, but look at what VectorVest can do for you. Next stock, how about the same thing, Big Lots? We got a sell recommendation on 226. Would that have been a great opportunity to get out of the stock? Yep. Excuse me. And the stock is still going down. Stock is still going down. Now, look at this. These look like 4 little birds. 4 little birds at my windowsill. And they're sitting on the perch right there and waiting. That's a beautiful level of support. Let's see if it can bounce up and start moving up along with the 3 and the 8. That felt Bob Marley's. Wayfair. Wow. How about using VectorVest again? How about 213? Sell recommendation on Wayfair. Would that have been a great opportunity to get out? Whew. Heck yeah. And look at where it is right now. Hopefully whoever's giving me these stocks are not still holding these stocks. That is so important. I hope you're not, and if you are, you got to make a decision. But using the VectorVest, we gave a sell recommendation on 213. Again, folks, we're all about trying to hook a brother and a sister and a mother, a sister, a brother, and all that up. Adobe. How about the 3 and the 8 crossed here on 224? The stock got a sell recommendation. If you didn't get out on the 3.8, how about it got a sell recommendation on 3.9? And still, right now, it's bypassing the 3.9 time frame. But look at that. You know what that looks like? A piston in a motor. Up and down, a little bit of sideways move. But look, I do like that the 3 and the 8 are coming close to crossing. That would be confirmation that it might have found a bottom and started moving up. All right. Next couple of stocks, Visa. I love Visa as an industry. Look at 5-year graph on Visa. I love Visa, but this is not the right time to be in Visa. This is a good long-term, look at that, 5-year graph. This is coronavirus right there. This is why, again, options are so important. I could play an option on Visa like a selling a covered call or buying a put without getting out of that good quality stock. What am I looking for? Waiting for it at the bottom, look for the 3.8 to cross. Last stock, IPI, innovative, healthcare marijuana. That weed right there, Joey. That marijuana, that weed right there. That weed right there. Anyway, not ready to pull the trigger on that yet. Might be a good up day, but look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Volatility. Unless you're willing to play that volatility, wait for the stock to bounce and start moving back up. That's all your stocks. I'm done. Now, I'm 20 minutes over because that was a lot to cover today, and we covered your stocks. For those people who are brand new, did you find this stuff useful today? Yes or no? All my new people in the room, did you find this useful today? Yes or no? All right, did you find this useful? I want to know. And if you say no, type a no. All right, and listen, as much as I could take the good stuff, I could take the criticism. It's all good. I love doing this stuff, and I like to relay my energy over to you because I know this stuff works. I know this stuff works. Should we buy call options for 6 months? If you're going to buy any option, you should buy it for at least 90 days. You should buy it for at least 90 days. All right, that's what you do, at least 90 days. If you're going to sell for 45 days or less. So I see the yes coming in. Folks, any of you who are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Today was the day that I was looking to get to 10,000 subscribers. I was less than, what was I at, 150 or so? 120. Folks, we can make this happen today. I want to hit that milestone. If you like what you see here, subscribe to the channel. Get somebody else to subscribe to the channel. Somebody else who's interested in the stock market. Folks, our job is to provide the best stock market guidance available anywhere at any price. And if you think we did that, then you know something. I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel. Chris, ENPH was a stock that was still going down. I wouldn't buy it. Now, am I going to tell you to sell it right now? Then I would buy it or sell it at a lower low. It's just like I would buy a stock at a higher high. I would sell it at a lower low. I don't know. And right now, I'm not sure if I'm willing to say that the downside risk outweighs the upside potential. But I've at least given you an understanding by way of VectorVest how to know what to look for as the market starts to come off of a bottom. 3 things I told you, and I walked you through it twice. 3 things to look for to know. We guided our customers out at the right time. We're going to guide you back in at the right time. If you're not a subscriber, you're not going to get that information. Now, I need you to subscribe to the channel. I'm not leaving until I get 10,000 subscribers. So I'm just going to sit here. La, 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 la. No, I'm not really going to do that. So with that, folks, how do you subscribe to the channel, says Reginald? When you go to YouTube and you go look at finding the VectorVest page, once you get to the VectorVest page, hit the subscribe button. Hit the or it's below the video. Oh, right below the video, you can subscribe as well. Thank you, Joey. Yeah. Look right below this video, Reginald, you can subscribe right there. Steak knives? No steak knives. What are you talking about? Joey's putting in, thanks, Glenn, have subscribed. Thank you, Mark.
Badger said, please subscribe to this channel when we reach 10,000. Oh, Glenn and Joey get a set of steak knives.
Oh, we get a steak. Oh, we get some steak knives? High five, Joey. Woo, we're not getting steak knives? I'm getting a popcorn machine. I wonder if my man Mark is here. I think I'm gonna get, I don't want to hear that I'm not getting, Glenn Gary.
Please, third is your fired.
Wow, first place is a Cadillac, steak knives, second place, Third place, you're fired. Oh, thanks, Rich. You can go now. All right. Thank you, Ahmed. Ahmed just subscribed. And again, folks, I look at the statistics and the analytics on these videos. I still see a lot of people that watch this that are not subscribed. That's the reason why I'm asking. If you like the content, please subscribe, support us. With that, folks, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Subscribe, don't forget, and then like and comment as well. My name is Glenn Tompkins. My producer is Joey. Say bye, Joey.
Bye, Joey.
We had a busy day today, and hopefully you took away a lot of information. Nonetheless, coronavirus is bad. Wash your hands and stay home and all of that stuff. We'll get through this. We will. Don't panic about it. It is what it is. And you know something, life doesn't stop because something happens. Understand this. We've been through 2 world wars. You know something, the market kept going, right? We've been through 9/11. The market still kept going. We've been through a depression. The market still kept going. This is a coronavirus. It's a nasty thing and it's serious. We're going to be okay. We have the resolve as Americans to be okay. And it always takes little things or big things like this to bring us together, and we show the good of humanity. We got it. And all we got to do is just show it. So love on each other, well, in the house, all right? Your family, don't forget about them. Check on your neighbors. If you go to church, look at your old parishioners as well. But we're going to be fine. With that, folks, adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, later, folks.